What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Jake for those that are new here, and this project is my dad's 1974 Case 1070. And if you have not been following along, we have been rebuilding the power shift on this thing. In the last video we got the transmission top cover back on, and now we're going to work at trying to get the power shift control valve back on in all its lines. I don't know exactly how or what will entail in all of this video, whether we'll be able to work on other things or not. Depends on how much or how long this video goes. But this started back last Saturday, and this is Thursday now of this Memorial Day weekend, and we got everything cleaned up and ready to go, which you'll see that in this video. I'm gonna go back and show you the progress of cleaning that. It took a lot of time, and we're cleaned up and ready to go. I went ahead and washed the lines, got all the grime off the outside of them anyways, and main thing is we're gonna be putting on the power shift control valve this weekend, and hopefully rebuilding the brake valve. We started on that project and didn't have all the O-rings, and if I do have some time, I will show you guys what all of that entails. But anyways, I'm gonna stop jabbering now, and I'm going to start working. First thing is getting the control valve on, which I'll get you guys set up into the tractor again, and we'll go from there. All right, before we get too far here, I need to put on the small line that goes from one side of the power shift to the other. That's this line here. It's all cleaned up, and it will run just like this. Of course, this valve is upside down right now, but that's okay, because I need to get that line on right now. So I will grab my tripod, because it is in the truck, and you can watch me put this one on. Alright, next thing here is installing the gasket. I'll put it down here, and there is an alignment dowel right here. We'll go off of that. I'm not going to put any stickum down. It's just going to be the gasket. So hopefully it don't go anywhere when I go to try to put this valve in. Alright, I got everything kind of finger tight, and now we're gonna need to torque the bolts down. There is a torquing sequence, and I'll go through that, but we need to torque to 30 to 35 foot-pounds, and I'm gonna split it right in the middle basically, and I'm gonna go to 33 so that it's kind of in the middle, but not really. So I'm going to set this torque wrench and then get started. So the first one that we do is right in the center here. Go through them again. All right. She's torqued down. Now we'll work at getting some lines on. We also need to get a couple of linkages on. One for the clutch, one for your actual gear shift. So, alright, next thing here is a couple of control tubes. These will go up to C1 and C4 clutches. So you will finagle these around and do that. Two-hand operation. Alright, that one is started. Alright, those are in. Alright, I got all the lines back onto the transmission cover and the power shift control valve. This one goes up here. I left it loose because it'll need to hook up to there at that point. So the next thing that I need to do is get the linkages back into place. There's a power shift control cable right here, and it has its own linkage, which I'll have to get it back up into place. You can be able to see it from the top. And then there's also the engine pedal linkage. I'll have to get that all back together. Also need to get the shifters back into place as far as the linkages here, and then get those pins in. There's also a hydraulic line that's coming from here back to the pump that I'll need to get back on here. Need to pull this fitting out and replace that O-ring. So I think I'm gonna tackle this at a later date and go have some supper and pick it up tomorrow, which is Friday. My mom and dad are gonna be gone this weekend because they have their wedding anniversary on Saturday, so I don't blame them for getting away for a couple of days and enjoying their 30th wedding anniversary. So happy anniversary to them. And yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna pick it up, like I said, tomorrow, and hopefully before too long we are ready to go back with the 2 halves. So that's the goal here for this weekend. Hopefully we'll get to that point. So, well, there's no good way to really show without you guys being in my way. But the 2 silver pieces right down there, that is the transmission top cover. Anyways, there's 2 linkages that will bolt down to that. I have one that's cleaned up. One's already in here. I didn't take it all the way apart, but that's for the clutch. That's for this side. There's your power shift cable. So that linkage will go onto that, which will pivot on where that bolt hole is. And will actuate that plunger right there. And of course, this is your clutch right here. So anyways, I'll just let you see from a distance, and hopefully I don't get in the way too much. Alrighty, I got the linkages all hooked up right here for the power shift anyways. Now I need to work on the gear shift of the transmission. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory. Other than I have to rotate one of them back around. As you can tell, there's only one side there, so I'll work on that right now. There, I got both of them in about the neutral position. So now I'll go down below and put the pins in. There's a single hole going through the center of them. And there's a hole going through the center here, so this will be fun trying to get everything lined up. Alright, this thing got hot and died on me, but I got the pins back in and their keepers, which is just a little bit of baling wire bent either direction. And that's a pretty good stopping point for this evening here. My wife's gonna have supper ready here at 6 o'clock, and it's 10 minutes before. So I'm gonna head in, and I don't know if I'll pick it up any more than this for this evening. There's a few things that I like to do up at the house. So all right, it's next morning here, and I'm gonna get started. So first thing that I'm gonna do here this morning is put the line that goes from here at this filter on back to the pump. Goes right back to that point right back there. So I'm going to work on that, and then I will take the fitting at the top of this filter out and replace the O-ring in that. Well, this hose is too short to get back to that pump. I try to get everything tight, and by the time it gets tightened down, it comes off on the back side. This side wouldn't come off per se because the metal line is kind of oblong just a little bit. So that one's kind of hard to move, but still, it's too short. So texted my dad and let him know that it was too short, and we'll have to come up with another line, which kind of sucks because this one wasn't cheap with fittings. So anyways, now I'll move on to the top fitting on that filter and get the O-ring replaced on it. Oh, that was nice and loose. For now, I'm going to leave that loose. So then when we get the brake valve in here, well, we can adjust it and then tighten down the jam nut. Alright guys, well, this is going to be the end of the video. Brake valve, I will do its own little video, or I may tie it into going back together with this 1070 here. But anyways, if you got to this point in the video, I just want to say thank you. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. It doesn't hurt you, and make sure you hit that notification bell because we got to finish this project, so you want to see that. If you're already subscribed, thank you for getting to this point. It really means a lot. And give the video a thumbs up if you're liking this sort of content. It really helps out. And without further ado, we'll see y'all in the next one.